Safe to say that I thought our start to the season wasn't going to be sustainable. We are at the halfway point after the first game today, and if we win that game, we would go top of the table. It is a third versus first affair as we take on Panathinaikos at home. Based on past meetings, we haven't got a hope in hell. In fact, they've won one of the last 32 games against Panathinaikos. That's really bad. It is January, the transfer window is open, although I'm not spending money yet. We do also have another game, which should be straightforward, against Asteras. Granted, last time I met them, they drew against us, so it's never that simple. Welcome back to the Journey Manager. We're here at Addons. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Yes, folks, happy Wednesday, and I hope you guys are having a lovely day so far. Just as a little reminder, we will be live streaming the league on Twitch and on YouTube this evening from 4 PM. If you're watching it the first day, this video's up. If you're watching this in the distant future, I'm sorry you're very, very late to the news. I might be streaming something else, though, so maybe go check out the links down below anyway. Now, I did say last episode I was going to play a lot of Football Manager, and I have played a lot of Football Manager. We have played through 2.5 months of pretty good football, I might say. Now, of course, last episode we did lose against Athens. It was our first game losing in the league. We did not like the taste of that, and sadly, Aris faced our wrath. Yeah, we won this game 5-1. A game where it's safe to say we slightly overperformed our XG. Great to see a nice variety of goal scorers as well. And from here, we kind of got in a little bit of form. We won in the cup against lower league opposition, whose pronunciation I could try but would offend the fans of. We won 4-1 there. And then into the month of November, 3 wins, 3 in fact, the magic number. 3 goals scored in all of these. All games we really should be winning. We had quite a kind run of fixtures after the defeat last time out. That said, one of these results is not like the others. Athens, a pretty good team by all accounts, and well, we got off to the best possible start. Jabira to Jata squaring it. He was onside there, and that was the first of 3 goals we would score in this first half. Of course, underdogs going into this game. Pauk not had a good season thus far. Maybe a little bit of fortune about that deflected shot. Chuck Wummer, by the way, would get 2 goals in this game. That second goal, a rather emphatic header. And while at 3-0, we did slow things down a little bit, but we built up the play down the left-hand side. Harrison at left wing-back charged forward, played it into Jata, who grabbed another goal. This is another game where we did overperform our XG, but I really don't feel like the scoreline flattered us. They only had 2 shots on target in this game. It was a great performance, and of course, pre-season they were predicted to finish 4th, Pauk. They have been so far off the pace. We then had the Greek Cup. I'm going to just call it the Greek Cup. I don't know what the actual name... Well, I do know what the actual name of it is. I'm not going to say it correctly. I assume this is a betting sponsor at the end. But anyway, we won the first leg 3-0 against Offi, and then we drew the second leg 1-1. Does mean that we've made it through to the quarterfinals, where we have been drawn against Pas Giannina. I definitely haven't said that correctly. This team, a lower half team. I feel like we have an okay chance against them. But you know what? I'm not going to get too carried away about the Cup just yet. Those games against them scheduled for the end of January. Despite me putting up the illusion, though, that things have been sunshine and rainbows, we have struggled a little bit as of late. Against Athens, 4-1 defeat. Bekios grabbing a brace, opening and closing the goal scoring, the centre defensive mid. He's quite a good player and he's absolutely massive. And whilst we did get a result against Panathinaikos, winning 4-2, we did draw against Offi before we drew against them in the Cup. A 2-2 draw really felt harsh. Look at the stats for this game. Talked about us overperforming the XG. 2 goals before half-time saw us take the lead. We did not hold on. And well, all of a sudden, in a 36-game league season, we are now 17 games through things. This game against Panathinaikos is going to be the halfway mark in things. As you can see here, Jata has been absolutely sensational for us. 17 goals this guy's got. Mostly playing as an inside forward. In fact, he's only played as a striker on 2 occasions this year. The 27-year-old has just been a crazy source of goals. I mean, look at the goals compared to any other point in his career. This is kind of unprecedented at senior men's level. In terms of free transfers and in terms of, I suppose, the gamble with his wages, I'm going to say now it was definitely worth it. And the other man who's performing really well is Ricky, who I do keep screaming out loud like I'm on EastEnders. Ricky! Every time he gets the ball. This man loves an assist. 7 of those, 4 goals. He has the second best average rating in the league. The Colombian, a player who I did feel like was a bit of a risk when we signed him because he was inconsistent, because he was injury prone. He had this competitive streak, but I kind of looked at his raw ability and potential. So far, he is proving to be worth each and every of the £725,000 we paid for him. Anyway, we are going to get into this first game today. This is far from an easy one, but at home, I'd like to think it gives us a bit of an edge. That comes with a massive caveat that we've got a bit of an issue in our ranks. Loads of players have gone away to what I think is AFCON. I assume it's AFCON. It's all the African players have left on international duty while the league season's still going on. So Abubakar, our right wing-back, is unavailable. Jabira, who has been our go-to second striker, is unavailable, although, to be honest, he's not quite been in the craziest of form. Chukwuma, who has been a great goal-scoring centre-back for us, he's also away. And Jabali, our Tunisian centre-back, who's been improving a ton, as you can see here, he's also away. He's also been complaining about a lack of first-team football. And in fact, just on the morale front, you can see here, there's a lot of players unhappy at the club. These are mostly kind of players that were first-teamers last year that have been knocked down the pecking order with all the players I've brought in. I'm trying to cheer some of them up and make them happier. At the same time, there's part of me thinking that we might be seeing a bit of a turnover of players, if not in January, certainly at the end of the season. Oh, and Kotsaridis, yeah, he is still out with his broken leg. He's still out for 2 months. Don't let the orange injury icon deceive you. Similar story for Moreno, fractured his skull, you might remember. He's still out for 2 to 4 weeks. And I have also got Dardor on the bench for us, although if I look at the fitness test here, he actually failed his fitness test. The only reason he's here is because I've actually almost run out of centre-backs in the team. There's a lot of important players for us missing today. I think ordinarily this would be viewed as a difficult game for us, even as the home side. With the injuries and absentees, it is that little bit harder. But you know what, Michelin fans, you should rejoice because your boy is getting the nod up top. And to be honest, in terms of the starting 11, with the exception of the centre-back area and the right wing-back area, it is still a very, very strong team at our disposal. Although, well, that header there was not far wide. I mean, Murray Campbell is playing at centre-back, but Pantazis, the former captain, is at left centre-back. Of course, he's leaving on a free. And Mandas, who's another man who's weighing up his options and may also leave on a free at the end of the year, he's the other centre-back. So, yeah, 2/3 of the centre-backs today are deserters. In spite of that, though, we are 27 minutes into this game, and now we've got a, chance perhaps. Kanatidis puts it in, and oh my word, Pansaridis, I've called him a deserter. I will apologise. He's made it 1-0. Now, when it comes to set pieces, I am just using the game's default near-post corner routine, but we do just, I feel like, have more meaty men who are big than other teams. We've made a bit of a habit of scoring goals like that. Okay, well, at half-time in this game, it's not been a classic. In fact, having scored that goal, we only had one further shot on target in the entirety of that half. Things are going well, lads. You are capable of even better. I'll be honest, I was expecting a more inspired reaction from the players. It's not happened. And now, all of a sudden, there's a kickoff highlight, and I start to get a little bit scared. The ball is played all the way back to Ochoa. That can't be the Ochoa, can it? He'd be far too old in this save game. I've got to remind myself, we are 10 years into the future now. Rabayo is running the midfield. That's not Leroy Fer either, is it? Maybe it's all their children. Anyway, Rodrigo Gomez for them is bringing it forward. He plays it inside. It goes all the way to Alfonso Moreira, and he scores, and our lead's gone immediately. I mean, to be fair, we've not faced that many shots in this game here, but Rodrigo Gomez, with a bit of wizardry down the wing, played it across, and, well, when it went past 2 of our defenders, it was never there ready to be blocked or intercepted by anyone else. Moreira, unmarked back post, easy goal. Oh, and because I have just checked, it's not the Ochoa that you think it is, although he is still a very good goalie, and Fer for them is not Leroy Fer, for Dutch fans and Swansea fans wondering. It's Ronaldo Fer, who arguably is probably better. Riquet shoots. Did that actually got saved, right? We need to encourage the players here. That shot gave me hope. We've already scored one set piece. Kanatidis, what can you do, my friend? Sliding in at right wing back today does not beat the first man. Have another go, Kanatidis. There's players queuing up. Jatta, Pantazis. Then the highlight just ends. Of course it does. I'm looking at the bench thinking, what options do we have? I'm going to bring in Dew at left wing back because, well, Harrison has picked up a booking elsewhere. I'm going to take off Akis and I'm going to bring in Mark and hope that he can weave some magic into the team. From a striking point of view, I'll be honest, Sturgios here, I've not given enough opportunities to. He's already announced that he wants to leave on a free at the end of next season, not this season. The Michelin man has been quiet. I'm going to move Leon Sakos into his normal advanced forward spot. And hope maybe Sturgios can provide a bit of inspiration. You can tell when we're using players that I don't normally use because I just struggle with the pronunciations because it feels like it's the second or third time in my life I'm having to vocalise their names. Thur already has one assist to his name. We need to keep the right back quiet if we can. Cap turns inside. Riquet with one tackle, but it falls to Breinberg, who charges in. And that is a ridiculous goal by Rainy Breinberg to rain on my parade. Camp played the ball wide here, or rather Riquet did. I thought we were safe. He turns on the afterburner, skips past 2 players, and slots it straight in. I don't know if Apostolo, our goalie, could have done better there. I feel like I've not really blamed him for anything. He's been good by all accounts. On this occasion, the defence hasn't exactly bailed him out. We had half an opportunity there. I mean, look, there's 28 minutes left. Yes, we are a goal down, but you'd have to say on the balance of play, it's been an even game. We've actually had a little bit more of possession, same number of shots on target. We are far from out of this game right now. Mandas, of course, slotting in at centre-back for today's game, is going to lay it back to Murray Campbell, donning the captain's armband, the Englishman, stepping out with the ball, gives it to Mark. Love this. Kanatidis, Leon Sakos, Sturgios, the sub, what can he do? He skips past his man, he squares it, and Leon Sakos, that is why we play him in the middle as our main striker normally. It's only his 6th for the year. I do not care. Can we discuss the build-up play? This formation is very fun for the fluidity and just some of the movement you see, and we've seen it on full display there. Sturgios, by the way, is the pressing forward on support with some crazy build-up there on the near side. 15 minutes left in this game. I mean, I've already made 3 subs, and just with the number of players absent right now, my options are somewhat limited. Jata's had a bit of a stinker on the left-hand side. We'll give Jalilov the nod. Of course, he was the key player when I first came into the club. I'm going to hope that maybe he can make a bit of an impact, and with his really good pace and physicals, his pace can maybe cause a tiring defence some issues. Jata has been our best player this year. This is arguably the worst performance he's put in all year, and saying all of that, I mean, we're still drawing against a team predicted to be right there at the top, and in fact, the team who currently going into this game were top of the league. The subs haven't happened yet. Simic is through. That was absolutely terrifying. What happened to our defence? 10 minutes, it's 2-2. A win here would put us top of the table, I think, or maybe 1 goal behind them, actually, on goal difference, unless it's separated by results against and head-to-head. This team has won one of the last 32 meetings over the course of 10 years against Panathinaikos. I would love to beat them in this game here. I would love to make it happen. McCarthy lays it back to Aho. He goes all the way back to Ochoa. There is 10 minutes to try and make something happen. Van der Black bringing it forward, plays it through the middle. The ball squirms free. Our keeper dinks it wide, but straight to McCarthy. That is a stinky clearance. And they are on the attack again. Moreira already has 1 goal, and now he has another. It all came from this just wayward clearance. I did just see the commentator mention his 50th goal of the season. Not for the season, of his career for Panathinaikos, Moreira. If he had 50 for the season after 18 games, that would be mental, wouldn't it? I mean, time is against us now, but I feel like there comes a point where, well, we might as well just throw some players forward. Dalianis, a player who I've not really used that much. Show me what you can do. Mark's going to play in the middle. I'm already overcommitting players forward, aren't I? Murray Campbell, you know what, mate? You just slot in at defensive mid. Mark, play as a shadow striker. Can you tell I'm getting a bit desperate? This formation looks like I'm having a breakdown. Okay, tactical change is made. There's a highlight. Something's happening, although they're on the attack. That's a great tackle. No, that was perfect. Murray Campbell's been done dirty. That can't be a penalty. The ball's at the halfway line. Actually, that's the byline, but that's not the point. They've given the penalty. And now the tactical changes happen. Now the subs go through. And it might all just be too late. Panathinaikos with a chance to make it 2. He's Penenke'd it. He's actually Penenke'd it against me. I'm fuming. Who is this Simic bloke? I feel like our goalie could have got back up and then put it in. I mean, his dive was spectacular. Sadly, he dived the wrong way. I've gone attacking. I was going to go very attacking. It's all too late, isn't it? There's 5 minutes of added time here. It looked like at one point we were going to maybe battle on valiantly for at least a point. Sadly, we have come up short in what was a ding-dong affair, but I think one where we probably were underdogs and, well, underperformers in terms of we definitely didn't deserve to win that. Sadly, with that result there, Panathinaikos goes 6 points clear of ourselves, but also 5 points clear of second. In terms of our own fate, of course, we've got the season split happening soon. Looking like we aren't going to be a surefire thing for the top 6, but it's very, very close. I mean, you can see here, teams are not far apart. I was hoping that with our kind of super rich owner, maybe I'd get some more money to spend in January. Bad news, I've spent all the money that he's given me so far, and I'm not getting any more yet. So there's not going to be too much excitement, I don't think, going on in the window. Speaking of which, our next game is within this transfer window. It's only 4 days away. It's against Asteras Tripolis. We're going on a trip to Olis. It's not Olis where they play, it's Tripoli. Look, here's their stadium. It looks beautiful. Let's go do an away day. So for today's away day, we are heading to Tripoli. And as far as I'm aware, this is the stadium here. Definitely didn't check before hitting start record. That's just purely instinct to find it. Okay, but all jokes aside, here is the stadium. I am concerned. I mean, they've got something going for them. The car park is free. Although, besides on match days, I'm not entirely sure what you're going to be parking there for. I mean, there's football pitches nearby, a couple of houses. I wish I could read the Greek alphabet to kind of tell you what's going on. I assume this is just when the manager of the club kind of lives across the road. You know, like cathedrals, like the bishop or whatever. They live across the road, don't they? That's basically where the manager's house is, so he doesn't have far to go to the stadium. In terms of street view options, there's a dot on the pitch. I have hope. Please be drone... Oh, it actually is drone footage. Here is the stadium. And I don't know how to feel. Is that the weirdest shape of a stand ever? I mean, look at this. There's a pitch here with just trees growing around it. And there's literally no other trees of the same style in sight. Are these trees here to stop the balls going onto the main road, do you reckon? I mean, here's all the training pitches around the edge, and then here's the actual team's stadium. I mentioned this stand being one of the weirder shaped ones. What is going on here? Like... I don't know what road this is off the back of the field. Surely that road can be moved. Like, surely they can just have a regular stand, although maybe the stand has been here for over 100 years at the point in time we are in our FM save game. I mean, the dugout looks cosy. It doesn't look like it was built for when there were 9 players on the bench in the Greek league. And in the corner, there's... whatever this is. I'm going to choose to believe it's some kind of bar. I'm looking at the stadium from the outside. It looks like a prison. It genuinely looks like a prison. I mean, every stand in Greece apparently just loves graffiti. The barbed wire, by the way, really welcoming when you arrive to matches. I mean, we definitely are in the right place here. Here's a side look at one of the stands, and there's the turnstiles. I'm trying to work out kind of what level this would line up with in terms of stadiums in England. And I genuinely don't know. I am just checking out the free car park. I mean... I was going to say I can see how it's free. It's not the worst car park we've ever seen. The weeds in the middle really kind of bring the whole place together. There was also one dot in the stadium. Here is the stadium. All the seats have holes in them. I guess that's to stop the rain, isn't it? People don't even use the free car park either. They just park next to the stand, I guess, in the secondary free car park. Shocking. I have to say, when you look at the picture here in-game, like this picture here makes it look really nice and picturesque. I didn't even notice the mountains in the background. They were probably there. The rest of the ground did distract me slightly. The Theodoros Kolokotronis, I am going to give you a very mediocre 3.5 out of 10. Yeah, 3.5 feels probably more than fair. Anyway, saying all of that, before the fans come and find me, we're going to play the game. It's away from home. We are in 3rd. They are in 12th. We met them earlier in the season and drew. In terms of team news, I've rested up all the players that played in that last game against Panathinaikos, but just due to the injury still ongoing, the players away at AFCON as well, there's not really a great deal I could change with the team even if I wanted to. I am going to stick with the Michelin man up front and hope he can come up trumps. Of course, last game, Leon Sakos did score as they advanced forward. It was his first goal in a little while. His goal-scoring kind of reputation was in shambles, because you can see here he did struggle for a period in the middle. But I think it's now 2 goals in his last 2 games. I'm going to play him down the middle. I think I'd be more concerned about the Leon Sakos lack of goal scoring if it wasn't for the fact that he has already said he's exploring options at the end of his contract, and his contract does expire at the end of the year. In a weird way, we've got all these Greek players that have kind of told me they don't want to stick around, so I'm trying not to get emotionally attached to them. At the same time, I do want to see them perform. Okay, well, early stages of this game, not providing a goal. We have had 7 shots to their 0. We are playing in white, by the way, for today's game. And here is Mandas playing right centre-back, giving it to Rique. What a ball that is to Harrison. First time cross. Michelin man. I mean, he does actually look like the Michelin man in all white. He had to head that on target. He was having a good game after 80 minutes. Ronnie Harrison, our left back, picked up an injury. Mikel Jew, come on down. I will say, of all the spots where we could have got an injury, maybe that's the least bad. We do have plenty of decent backup left-back options, although we're going to be called into action here defensively, as they have the ball in a dangerous spot. The ball is won. I was scared another penalty was going to be given. Nothing, well, awarded, and now we're going to look to maybe catch them on the counter-attack. Leon Sakos to Jew, fresh off the bench. I believe he's the Danish left-back. If he's not Danish and it's another one of the Nordic nations, I am sorry. The Michelin man, normally good in the air, but in the wide area here, holds it up nicely. Akis, Mandas, all the way back to Murray Campbell. We've got them penned back here, having kind of sprung their counter-attack from the corner. They've set themselves up defensively, but we've broken them down. Leon Sakos has scored, and it was Ricky with the assist. Little bit of space here Ricky afforded. You can see here Murray Campbell just giving it back and forth, and suddenly their defence was all out of shape. Leon Sakos broke the offside track and puts it away in the bottom corner. Why have they got a highlight immediately? Don't do this, Football Manager. This should be a really straightforward win. I was thinking, we drew against them 2-2 last game, set the record straight, probably going to lose against Panathinaikos. A rare chance to do an away day at perhaps one of the non-massive Greek teams. And well, much like the last goal that we scored, we're actually bringing it forward, having done some defending. Jew, back foot, post, Akis, looping header. That was never dropping in, was it? They've had a few corners in this game. Rossano's over another for them here. He is going to whip it into the middle. And they've scored. Goran Radic makes it 1-1. There's been times this season where I felt like we are kind of corner merchants. Maybe that's a taste of our own medicine. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half are going to come and go. It's 1-1. That is just not good enough. I'm just going to shout at the players and leave it at that and hope that with my words ringing in their ears, as we do get a kick-off highlight, maybe my words are going to have the intended effect. We have the better quality on paper. We should be winning this kind of game. We've already dropped points against them once. I want to put the record straight, and Jatta, our top goal scorer, is going to do just that. It might have deflected in. We do not care. It's goal number 21 of the season for him. Michelinakis with a little bit of hold-up play, but let's be honest, it's all on Jatta here. Cutting inside, then out. The shot deflected. I don't care. You make your own luck by taking shots. I mean, the match momentum indicates that we probably should be on top in this game. We've got 1 goal ahead. Could we get 2? We've hit the woodwork. There's a scuffle in the box. They somehow hook it away. It was very nearly 3-1. 25 minutes left of this game. Nesevic playing it forward. Mavreas plays it to the edge of the box, but the Michelin man collects it at least for half a second before immediately losing the ball. I'll be honest, he's not the best player with the ball at his feet, and on that occasion, it was rather evident. They're bringing the ball forward on the far side. We've limited their opportunities, but they've already shown they can be clinical. Leon Sakos with a bit of space to maybe run into here. He is dispossessed, but he's not going to give up the fight just yet. We're pressing high. We're pressing hard. Trying to force a turnover as the goalie's going to look to play it forward. Riquet nods it down to Akis. Now it's on Jatta to work his magic. This guy is far too good for our team, isn't he? Look at him dancing, crossing it in, putting it on a plate. And that is exactly what the Michelin man is there to do. He's a big man. He's won the header. Jatta bringing the ball forward. He crosses it into the middle, and it's a looping cross that's just nodded on target. Okay, well, that third goal for us does lessen the nerves just a little bit. We've still got to do some defending here, as they've got a corner. They've already scored one of these. Different routine to the edge of the box. I mean, what a way to score his first goal of the season. It's the most Football Manager thing ever, isn't it? Ball's played to the edge of the area to a player who's not schooled all year, and then against you, because you have a victim complex if you play Football Manager, he scores a goal like that. I feel like fresh legs are needed. Mark, you're coming in at centre mid on attack. Jalilov, I'm going to bring on, but I'm actually going to move Jatta to play as the advance forward. I realise I didn't pause the game. The game's just playing in the background. I'm sure we're doing fine. We'll leave it to just those changes for now. In terms of options on off the bench, they are very, very limited at the moment with all the absentees. We've got like 6 or 7 first-team players missing, so you know what? The fact we only lost 4-2 last game and the fact we're winning this one feels like a pretty good kind of performance in the grand scheme of things. They're changing up their system late on to try and make something happen. I'm going to shout some praise at the players as the clock continues to trickle away. We are going to win it. It wasn't convincing, but we did get the job done. Well done, lads. That was a good win. We certainly needed that one. And with that result, well, we're still 6 points behind Panathinaikos, but we have made a little 7-point gap to Kifisia, who, by the way, are still in 4th. As for Olympiakos, they are in danger of not making the league split, which I think we'll be coming back for next episode. Harrison at left wing back's out for 5 to 6 weeks. You know that list of players missing for this upcoming run of games? That list is going to grow that little bit longer. Now, following the 26th game of the season, we will have the seasonal split, and we'll get a new schedule where hopefully we'll be taking on the 5 fellow top 6 teams a further 2 times this year. Does mean the next couple of live commentaries are probably going to have some difficult games, which will be a good test of our side. Like I mentioned at the top of the episode, come drop by the live stream. It starts at 4 PM UK time. That is 4 hours after this video has been up. If you've got until the end of things, go down below, show some love with a like. We're back tomorrow with more. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.